Hello, or should we say buongiorno?
I like it. Hi everyone.
Hello, welcome to the Speed Mooting Partners in Crime podcast. I'm John.
And I'm Hayley.
And we're coming to you live from Carato in Italy.
Hey, Italia!
Hey!
Bringing you the podcast live on location.
That we are. And the reason we're here is for my brother's second wedding.
Second wedding. So we had the first legal wedding in England. When was that?
3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago. And now we're here for the ceremonial wedding in Italy because his new wife, Federica, is Italian.
And it was very cool, wasn't it?
It was so cool, yeah. It's such a small little rural part of Italy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the closest place that people may have heard of nearby is Naples.
Naples, yeah.
Naples. But yeah, it's a lovely little town. So it's not like we're at a destination wedding.
Not even close.
We're at real old school Italy. So
this is a proper Italian wedding, isn't it?
yeah, we had an 8-course
meal
at the wedding. Some interesting food,
including so the Italian people at the wedding had their meal, and there were separate things for the English people. So things
but it
the
was
Italians
still
ate.
very, very, very out there for us.
Yeah, even the English stuff was out there. Well, it wasn't English stuff; it was just less.
Yeah,
adventurous.
John's brother had basically said the English guests won't be able to eat that, so give them something tamer, shall we say?
Yeah.
So, for example, the first course was like oysters and huge prawns still in the shell, still with their eyeballs, and
raw horse meat,
raw beef.
Yeah.
Where we had ham and a weird cheese mayonnaise sauce and fried bread.
Yeah. I had some fried bread.
The fried bread was okay. I had a bit of the ham. It was nice. It was very strong.
Was it? Yeah.
But apparently that type of ham just is strong.
Yeah, Parma ham.
But yeah.
The one thing I remember from... Well, not the one thing, but
ham.
one of the things I remember from EU law, it has to be sliced in Parma or else it's not Parma ham.
Well, there we go. There we go. One of the wedding guests ate, 32 oysters.
Yeah.
So I guess they're quite good.
Yeah.
But we weren't brave enough to try
Not my thing.
So yeah, it was a beautiful wedding. I'll put up a picture of the church and stuff.
Yeah.
It was lovely. So we're coming to you live. As of right now, it's Tuesday. For us, it's 5 to 9. For everyone else, it's 5 to 8.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. Yes. And the other thing about Italian culture, which is very different to ours, is you eat so much, don't you? Every course has like a starter, then a first, and then a second main course.
Yeah.
So, for example, for lunch today, we had a lasagna, and then we had
meat and potatoes as your second main course.
And you're just so tired from all these carbohydrates.
Yeah.
But what everyone does in Italy is they all go to sleep in the afternoon, don't they? So we went out to get ice cream, and everywhere was shut. This was 5 o'clock. Everywhere was shut, and Federica was telling us, you need to either go out in the morning, and then from 2 o'clock everywhere shuts, and then you go back out at 8, 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So after we're done with the advocacy club tonight, we're going out for pizza at 10 o'clock at night.
Pizza at 10 o'clock at night.
Fun.
It should be good. But yeah, it was very nice, wasn't it? Going to that church for a proper, couldn't understand a word of it. But
he did a little bit in English for us. He did well, yeah.
His English was really good.
It was really good.
He was worried about his English, and we said, no, absolutely perfect.
But yeah, everything else we couldn't understand. I mean, Alan said his vows in English, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the thing was, the Catholic Mass is pretty universal anyway, so you knew what was going on at various points, but yeah.
You still got to do your communion, didn't you?
Still got to do communion, yeah. So you could tell, you knew the bidding pairs, you just couldn't tell the responses to the bidding pairs.
Yeah.
And you knew when the Our Father was there, but once again, don't know it in Italian.
No.
Yeah.
Anyway, we still need to name this
We
episode.
need to name this episode. So this one is episode 52, and no Formula One drivers with that number. I looked for Everton players, no one I particularly recognised. So I did a general search, and we found somebody that played in the NFL.
Yep.
And this guy, no idea who he is, but he's got a pretty cool name, so he's going to have the episode named after him. Frank Gatsky.
Frank Gatsky, that is very cool.
That's a cool name, isn't it?
Very cool.
Yeah, so shout out Mr. Gatsky, and welcome to episode 52, the Frank Gatsky special.
Welcome.
So, I mean, not a great deal for us to discuss this time, and we're probably going to keep this as a relatively short one.
Yeah, I think we've been offline for a few days, obviously, because we're out in Italy, so we haven't seen any questions or comments. So, yeah, we've been off the grid for a few days, so I'm sure next week's will be full to the brim with questions and things to talk about, but we just wanted to drop in, give you a quick hello.
Yeah.
All the way from Italy.
All the way from Italy, you know. We are dedicated to this, and we want to be consistent and make sure we bring you an episode every single week.
Yeah.
Actually, do you know what?
What?
Well, this isn't the anniversary episode, but this is the final episode of your first year. Just realised that.
Wow.
So
we need to do something special for next week.
Something special for next week. If anyone's got any ideas, drop us a line and let us know.
Yeah, maybe we need like party hats. We need to like pop a bottle of champagne or something.
100%. I can't believe
A year.
you've been here at Speedmeeting full time for a year.
It's gone so fast.
That has absolutely flown. That has flown.
Wow. Everything we've accomplished in this year as well.
I know.
The Pupilage Fair.
4 competitions.
The LexisNexis
Lexus
Legal
Legal
Awards.
Awards.
Actually, we have an announcement for the Pupilage Fair. I think we can tell
That we
everyone
do.
this.
Yeah, let's tell everyone.
So, we got some really good news while we were over in Italy, didn't we?
We did.
I'll let you deliver it, John.
And I can confirm that the 2025 Speed Mooting Northern Pupillage Fair will be sponsored by, drum roll, BPP.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! So once again, you know, we're partnering up with BPP for the Northern Pupillage Fair. It's going to be a fantastic event again.
Yeah.
BPP were brilliant sponsors last year, and you know they had a great stand. Actually, they had a really impressive stand, didn't they?
Oh yeah, they came to set up with like they have their own like company.
Company set up the stand. Yeah.
Very impressive. Sorry if this camera moves a little bit. It's because I'm holding it on my knees. We're balancing the laptop because there's not really a great podcast place in this.
In a hotel room, yeah.
Yeah, so apologies if you can see. I'm trying to keep it still.
Yeah. So yes, it's going to be great. You know, thank you to everyone at BPP for getting that over the line.
Definitely, we just the partnership we've got with BPP and the relationship is great, and it strengthens year on year,
It really
doesn't it?
does, yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, really, really good. Yeah, I mean, speaking of BPP, our next big event coming up as well is the 5th of April, the National Speed Mooting Competition. Mm-hmm. And once again, that's our flagship competition that gets stronger every single year. So I'm really looking forward to that as well.
All places are full. We've got more judges than we've ever had before. We've just been confirming a few things with BPP, haven't we? What time lunch is on, etc., etc. So we're really, really excited.
Yeah. And of course, next month at the Advocacy Club, we have family law for the first time ever. Yeah. So that's going to be really exciting. Mm-hmm.
And I think we can say this as well, to get people a bit excited. We've enlisted the help of a family solicitor who is kindly assisting us with the problem.
Yeah. So it's going to be authentic. It's brilliant. You know, you've got the accurate forms from the family court in there. So it's going to be brilliant. It's going to be a good fun event, that one.
So one not to miss, Advocacy Club, April 2025. Be there.
Or be square.
Or be square.
So yeah, I mean, I think we've had a really busy period during sort of February and March. I think we've just been generally anyway with stuff, and then court-wise, it's been crazy. It goes in peaks and troughs the way it goes. And February and March have just been one of those, I say those months whereby it's just been crazy, and things are starting to level out a bit again now, aren't they? So
Yes.
if you didn't think you were seeing much of us, you're going to see a lot more of us now. We've got even more time to be dedicating to the social media and
Yes.
things of that nature.
And if you want a nice 20-minute video of us, we've released a vlog of the LexisNexis Award, so that's a good video to go watch
Oh, that's really fun.
to get your John and Hayley fix.
Yeah, so you get to see us drive down to London, you get to see us prepping, you get a bit of a makeup tutorial from Hayley, you get to see us at the awards, and then you might get to see Tony Robinson shout out about a certain Mr. John Dove. You might get to see me act as if I've just won a Grand Prix.
Yeah.
And you get to see the aftermath.
You do. It was such a fun night, wasn't it?
Brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah.
It does feel like it's just been go, go, go for such a long time.
Yeah, certainly does.
Yeah. And we did talk about this on last week's podcast, the importance of finding your balance and knowing your limits, etc. So I think we are good at that. We work really, really hard, but now we are making sure we scale back. Not to the extent where, you guys will notice any difference, but just that we will notice the difference. So you haven't got any huge trials in the next month, have you?
No.
We've got this holiday, we've got another holiday coming up soon, so we have a nice balance, and it works for us.
We know when to go forwards, and we know when we've been going at like 100 miles an hour for so long, just scale it back a tad.
Yes.
And you're fine.
Yeah.
And it's something you hear people talk about this all the time in the roving room, knowing how to avoid burnout, and knowing, okay, been going so hard for this long, let's just bring it back and, throttle back a touch.
Yeah.
And that's what's absolutely key.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And another thing, what's happened today? What did you mention before?
What did I mention before?
Call to the bar day, Silk Day or something?
So it's been a few celebrations. Yeah, so yesterday was the celebration for the new silks. So congratulations to everybody that's taken silk. And also there's been a few call to the bar ceremonies, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
I can never remember. I can't keep up with what the different terms are.
No, but to everyone that's just, reaching a really important milestone, congratulations to you all.
Congratulations. This video is brought to you by Speed Mooting. We are an organisation that help aspiring and junior lawyers. We run online and in-person advocacy and mooting competitions. We do online advocacy and public speaking training. And we run lots of other events to assist people on their legal journey. To learn more, visit our website, speedmooting.com.
It's an interesting one, Silk, isn't it? Because it's obviously such a prestigious thing to achieve. Yeah. But there's a few really experienced barristers that intentionally don't take silk.
I think so, yeah. Well, they must do, because, I've seen in court and been against people and co-defended with people who are 30, 35, 40 years course sometimes, and you're thinking, yeah, you've definitely got the ability to take silk. But I think, people, give different explanations for this, and I think part of the reason is, you build up such a practice that, when you go into silk, I think you get different types of work. Obviously, your fee structure changes, etc. So it can have such a sort of impact on your practice that you're better off remaining as a junior.
Yeah.
And keeping that sort of work, keeping your practice and the flow going. So
I must say, I think if I was a barrister and I had a chance to take silk, though, I don't think I would pass it up.
No. Yeah, it's nice just to have that moniker, isn't it?
I wonder if you'll ever be John Dove Casey.
I wonder. It's got a nice ring to it, hasn't it?
It has got a nice ring to it. I could see that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
But yeah, congratulations to everyone that's hit a milestone, whether it be at the end of the spectrum, you're taking silk, or whether it be at the beginning, you're being called to the bar. Yeah. Congratulations to everyone.
And I think, obviously I've never taken silk, I've never been to that ceremony, but I've had the call to the bar ceremony, and it's a brilliant day. And a lot of people go down with your parents, and my mum and dad were so proud on that day. Mm-hmm. And just really enjoy the day, even if you've not been to the ceremony yet. Make the most of it. Really enjoy it. It's a great day. And then the next stage for you is presumably applying for pupillage. And just to get onto a serious note for a second, applying for pupillage is hard, and it can take several years. So just be patient with the process. Be patient. And the key thing, I get questions about this all the time. And the key thing I'd say to people is make sure you've got something in your life outside of the law.
Yeah.
because it does become all-consuming and it can get really, really, really frustrating. So make sure you've got something outside of the law to sort of pique your interest.
Yeah.
And I think it keeps you grounded as well. But as I say, you know, take your time, really enjoy the process of, you know, call to the bar, etc.
Yeah. Absolutely. Are we going to keep this one nice and short?
Yeah, I think we'll keep this one short because, you know, we've not had many questions through this week.
Or if we haven't got to them because we're offline. So if you're watching this thinking, oh, but I've asked you a question, don't worry. When we get back, you know, we'll catch up with everything and we will get to your question on next week's episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need to get ready and go out for some dinner, don't we?
That we do.
We need to brave the Italian roads. We've hired a 7-seater car because we're here with your mum and dad, a friend, Alan and Federica have been joining us, so we're all crammed into this 7-seater car, driving around Italy. And let me tell you, rural Italy, it's an experience.
It's an experience. They don't really have road markings, do they? Mm-mm. People don't wear seatbelts around here.
Mm-mm. No. Are you going to tell that story?
Yeah, so when we went to the wedding, so we're at the church and then we had to get from the church to the venue, which ironically is, well, not ironic, but is the hotel that we're staying in. So they kind of just grouped people together and said, you get in this car, you get in this car, you get in this car. And we got in a Fiat Multipla, couldn't be any more Italian. And we get in the back and there's the three of us, so me, Hayley and our friend Mark. And we all reach for our seatbelts and they're all... so they must have had the seats forward at some point and then pulled them back because all the seatbelts are trapped in the boot.
Yeah.
And we all go to put our seatbelts on. And the driver, you know, the driver and his wife don't speak English. We don't speak Italian.
We've been communicating with them by like Google Translate, haven't we?
And they look back and they give us like this wry smile as we're trying to put the seatbelt and go,
no.
Viva Italia or something.
Yeah. No work. And then they just laugh and go like, Viva Italia.
Yeah.
And they laughed telling Federica about us, didn't they?
They did.
Federica had told us that no one really wears seatbelts in Italy, so we were kind of expecting them not to, but we were still looking for ours. We were like, oh gosh. We made it in one piece.
We made it. Thankfully, it was a short drive. Thankfully,
all
the
short
roads
drive.
were relatively low speed. But
yeah,
I have to say, I did say my prayers in that car.
Yes, and I said my prayers on the airplane as well. We had some rocky turbulence on the airplane.
Yeah, I slept through it.
Yeah, turbulence makes John fall asleep, which is great.
Yeah. So that's interesting. But then we were talking about the Italian road, so we're driving on no road markings. They have these. You go down these narrow streets, and they're always sort of 4-way junctions, and they're not marked, so people just cut across. So you, as Alan says, peep and creep on these roads.
Yeah, you've got to as slow as you need to go, very very slow, because
yeah.
And you don't know the roads, and they do, so
yeah,
they're brutal, aren't they?
I think my driving's been all right so far.
You're doing very well. I could never do it. I'd be too scared and I'd probably get confused and forget that I'm supposed to be on the opposite side.
Oh, yeah.
I'm supposed to give way to the left and not to the right. It's just, I wouldn't trust myself.
Yeah. As I say, I've done it a few times because I've driven in Europe a few times, driven in the States, so adapting to the other side's fairly easy. And I think, funnily enough, where it's come from is so much Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it's typical.
Yeah.
Freddie's brother as well, he doesn't speak much English at all, but he knows the odd word. Yeah. And Freddie was saying he's learnt it from playing Grand Theft Auto as well.
Game. You know, people criticise the game. Look at all it's done. Look at what it's done. Yeah. The educational value.
Right, on that note,
we need to end, don't we?
Let's call it a day.
It's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed recording. Have you enjoyed recording, Hayley?
I've enjoyed recording it, John.
We hope you've enjoyed listening, and we will see you again next Friday, same time, same place. Cheerio.
Well, it won't be the same place.
And it won't be the same time. Well, I mean, Spotify.
Oh, right.
Or wherever you get your
Yeah,
and it might not even be the same time, to be fair.
No, we will be at home in England next week, but we'll see you there.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Ciao.
Enjoying our videos? Then we'd be super grateful if you could take a moment and subscribe to our channel.